Hit Film Sensei here. In this video, we're going to talk about how to put a Star Destroyer in the sky behind our Sith. So what I did was I pre-planned this shot, and what I did was I took my raw footage, which was this huge shot of the Sith walking towards the camera. He's pretty far away, but this is 3840 by 2160, so it's a big shot, and it's 10 seconds long, right? And what I did was I faked the camera move. Because I am working in a project of 1280 by 720, I have plenty of room to fake a camera move. So I'm going to switch over to my classic, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a composite shot out of this shot, and I want to make sure that it's 1280 by 720. Click OK. So now you can see that I'm zoomed in, and if I actually highlight that and zoom out, you can see how very large this bigger 3840 by 2160 shot is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this down to here, okay, so that we can put our Star Destroyer there, okay? And then what I'm going to do is keyframe the position here, and then when we get to about 8 seconds or so into the shot, I'm gonna have it stop right where the Sith is walking, okay? And I'm going to smooth those keyframes and make smooth keyframes. So now when you watch this, if I scale it to fit, you can see that it starts there, and then it looks like the camera's panning down from the look at that Star Destroyer, but that Star Destroyer is not there yet. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add our Star Destroyer. We're going to bring it in here, and poof, ooh, that's a pretty big Star Destroyer. So obviously it's way too big for this shot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale it down from 100% to about 10%. Okay, yeah, and I'm just going to kind of slide it there. All right, now we do have a couple of problems here. One is it's not locked into the camera pan, so it's just kind of sitting there, right, as the camera's moving, right? It obviously isn't part of the shot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to parent it right here to the raw footage. So now when we go ahead and play it, you can see that it moves as the picture moves, or it sort of looks like it's part of the camera pan, right? Okay, so that's the first thing. The other thing is that looks way too crisp and sharp in the sky. Let's be honest, I mean, nobody's going to buy that that's really there, you know. So we're going to do two things to make it look a little less perfect, right? One is I'm going to change the opacity from 100% down to about 60%, okay? Now right away you say, wow, you know, it almost looks kind of hazy up there in the sky, right? That's pretty darn close to what we're looking for, okay? Especially with that cell of that camera move. Okay, the last thing I want to do though is I want to add just a very slight blur effect, and basically the blur effect here is about 5 pixels or so, and we're going to leave it at about 5 pixels because that's about exactly what we want. And that's it. That's all we have to do. Okay. Now, if you want to sell this shot some more, you'd add some light flares and lens things and stuff like that. And you know what? We have a video on that, and I'll leave a link in the description below so you can get an idea of how to sell that shot by creating a light flare lens dirt that comes across there, right? But this is the basic way that I added that Star Destroyer at the very beginning of the lightsaber film. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.